People, my name is Shoquafina. I'm your coach of the Lake Huron Lanturns here in week 5 of the GPL, and welcome to my team builder video. Today we'll be building a team against the Green Bay Pikachus and their coach Jacob. As always, if you guys are excited for this video, please leave a like down below and make sure you subscribe to be notified when this battle video comes out tomorrow. Now, this team I'm going up against is very threatening. A lot of aggressive threats. I'm afraid of a few of these mons. You can see throughout my team builder I've prepared an awful lot for a lot of these mons, so I hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. But I felt like I needed to prepare that much for them, just because if I didn't, they tear right through me. So he's got the Latias, Togekiss, Crocodile, Trevenant, Garbodor, Aurorus, Megazard Y, Heliolisk, the Milotic, Cobalion, and Musharna. So yeah, a lot of Pokemon. He could realistically bring pretty much any of these, with exception to the Aurorus and maybe the Musharna. I feel like a lot of these Pokemon can put in a lot of work against my team, just because they're very good type-wise. They match up very well against what I have, so we don't have the greatest of matchups, is what I'm trying to say. But we're going to try and overcome that. We're going to try to prevail this week. Now, Jacob, as always, is a great battler. He is a part of multiple battle leagues. He's been doing this for a bit longer than I have, so I tried to mix some things up this week, maybe catch him off guard a little bit. And you can kind of see that here with our Scolipede, which is our first Pokemon. We have the Repeaty, Life Orb, Speed Boost, Protect, Mega Horn, Rock Slide, Earthquake. Nothing too funky there, but when we move to the EVs, you will see this is the first week I'm actually bringing Jolly Scolipede. And there is one reason for that, and that reason is Latias. If he brings Choice Scarf Latias, which he might, because he might expect me to bring Adamant since I've only brought Adamant, he will outspeed me after Speed Boost. So I invested just enough into speed to make sure that I can outspeed Choice Scarf Latias after a speed boost and ruin his day with a Mega Horn. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. If he didn't have Latias or something that reached that 350 speed tier, I wouldn't have to worry about it too much. But of course, one of the fastest mons in the game, it's going to ruin my day if it is able to. I'm very afraid of it. I don't want it to hurt me. So I have to bring Jolly Scolipede this week. I know it doesn't get as much damage output as I would like, but that's fine. That's fine. This has a great matchup against this team. This is probably the only Pokemon I actually have that can sweep him. That just outright sweeps him at the end of the game. So I need to hold this thing back. I need to keep it healthy. I need to make sure that I really keep this safe and out of harm's way until the end of the game, where it can come in and pick up the W for me, knock out the last few Pokemon. In order to do that, I will have to weaken his team a little bit, which, you know, Stealth Rocks are going to be really good for. Of course, he has the Megazard Y and the Togekiss. They're going to take good amounts from Stealth Rocks. Just, you know, all around beating him down, taunting him, make sure he can't roost with his Latias and things like that. That's what I'm going to have to do to put this in a good position to sweep him. And that's the plan. That is the plan for this week. And you can see that's going to kind of come to fruition here with our Heatran. This is a really funky EV set. I'll get to that in just a second. GPL's Reckoning is holding leftovers, Flash Fire, Flash Cannon, Lava Plume, Taunt, and Dark Pulse. Taunt, again, is there for mons that want to roost up on me, like the Mega Charizard or the Latias or the Togekiss. A lot of his Pokemon have reliable recovery. I don't want that happening at all. I don't want them defogging. I want to keep rocks up on the field. I need to taunt things. I need to make sure they cannot. I need to make sure they can't do that to me, basically. So we're running Flash Cannon there. That's just general stab. Also, it hits the Togekiss really, really hard. We have the Lava Plume here, just hopefully to burn some things. If I can get a burn on the Crocorock, I always call it Crocorock. I know it's Crocodile. What am I talking about? If I can get a burn on the Crocodile, I know that will help me out a tremendous amount, especially since I'm 4 times weak to ground. He might think that's a switch in, expecting me to go for something else in a certain scenario. So if I can predict that, go for the Lava Plume, get the burn, that'd be fantastic for me. And then Dark Pulse is just there for general coverage. It's super effective against the Latias. You know, it's just there because it's there, right? That's fair enough. We have 184 in the HP to give me a good high odd number of HP there for Stealth Rock switch-ins. 124 in both the defenses, kind of making this thing bulky on both sides. And then 76, excuse me, in the special attack, Modest Nature. I don't remember why I did that, because I built this team like 2.5 weeks ago. And since we had an extra week in the GPL week 5 this go around, so I forget why it's there. I know it's there for a reason, to hit KO something or something like that, but I'll remember before the battle. I'll make sure I remember before the battle, but I don't remember right now. It's there for a reason, though. It's not just arbitrary numbers. You guys can trust me on that. But up next, we have our Mega Altaria, Puff Daddy, with a natural cure, just so we can absorb some statuses if we need to. We're running a King DDD set, except for its special defense as opposed to physical defense. So max special defense, max HP, and the rest in attack with the careful nature there. Return, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Roost. Pretty standard stuff. I can switch into Mega Charizard Y all day with Mega Altaria. Don't need to worry about anything. It can't touch me. HP Ice doesn't do enough since I'm max special defense. I can roost off the damage. I can set up in its face with a Dragon Dance and become a huge threat to his team. So that's what I want to do. I want him to be afraid of my Mega Altaria. And I think King DDD, this is the first week we're running King DDD, and I think it's a very, very good set. And I can set up on a couple Pokemon on this team. So I hope I'm able to pull that off this week and actually do something with it. Make people fear my Mega Altaria, because to be fair, it hasn't really been doing that much so far this season. I really want to change that. I really do. This is a very threatening Pokemon, especially in Draft League format. I just haven't been using it as well as I would like to. So hopefully we're going to change that this week with this set here. Up next is our very first usage of this Pokemon. We just picked it up last week after we dropped our Exploud. We have Hypnotoad, our Seismitoad. He has the water absorbability, and he's holding the Rindo Berry, so he can drink up those delicious, delicious solar beams from that Charizard in the sun. This is my dedicated lead as of this point, because the 4 Pokemon I can see him leading with, which are his Crocodile, Megazard Y, Heliolisk, and his Cobalion. This thing's actually a good, pretty much a counter to those, I want to say. 1v1, I beat all 4 of those with this set. Scald, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Stealth Rock. If it's the Zard Y or the Heliolisk, I'm going to attack them as opposed to set up my Stealth Rocks. But if it's the other 2 that I mentioned, I'm going to set up my Rocks. I really don't think they're going to want to stay in on me. Scald for burn, absolutely fantastic. Hits the Crooked Rock for special or super effective damage. It is super effective against the Charizard, but in the sun it's weakened anyway, so that's why I have the Rock Slide there, and I have just enough EVs to make sure I OHKO it. So we have 192 in HP just to make sure I can eat up some hits, 252 in special defense for that very same reason. Make sure I can eat up that Solar Beam with the Rindo Berry there and not have to worry about this thing getting OHKO'd turn 1, because I really don't want to do that. And then a 64 in my attack, Adamant Nature, again to make sure that Rock Slide OHKOs. Rock Slide OHKOs the Megazard Y. Earthquake OHKOs the Heliolisk, and it does a tremendous amount of damage, if not OHKOing the Cobalion, depending on the set. Scald does a great amount of damage to the Crocodile. Even though I have the negative nature there, it still does a good amount of damage. Also with a chance of burn. All around good ideas there with the Scald. This is my dedicated lead, as I said. Optimally, I want him to lead with his Mega Charizard Y, which is possible because I only have 1 switch in for it. I really only have 1 switch in, and that is my Mega Altaria. If he baits that in and tries to kill me with something, then, you know, he's going to have a fun time with my team. I expect him to expect that. So I lead this. He might say, okay, easy kill with a Solar Beam, or, you know, free damage on something that he wants to switch in. I eat it thanks to the Rindo Berry, go for Rock Slide, knock out his Mega Charizard Y. That's the play, that's the plan, that's the hope. If not, I do have my Puff Daddy as a failsafe, as well as my Ringo here, who is fully specially defensive. 1,000,000% fully specially defensive, with leftovers, Synchronized, Toxic Wish, Protect, Foul Play. This is your standard Umbreon. I really don't need to talk about it too much. Max HP, max special defense, Calm Nature. It's going to do what Umbreon does. Ringo is here to Ringo around. I don't need to talk about it. You guys understand Umbreon is annoying, so he's going to be here to be annoying. And our final Pokemon, another defensive mon. I know I have a lot of defensive Pokemon, but he has a very aggressive offensive team if he chooses to go that route, and I need something to counteract that. So I'm bringing my physically defensive Crobat here with Black Sludge and Inner Focus. Inner Focus is there because I don't want to get flinched out by that Togekiss. I'm very afraid of Air Slash flinching Togekiss. So I have the Defog, Roost, U-Turn, and Cross Poison. Cross Poison's obviously there for the Togekiss itself. I did have Brave Bird on it before, but Cross Poison just hits the Togekiss better. That's all I'm really saying. Max defense, impish, max HP, the rest in attack. And that's the team this week, guys. I'm very scared for this match. So scared, but we're gonna do our best. We're gonna try and pick up the W here. I feel like we can do it. Some things have to work in our favor, though. Hopefully the Rindo Berry on the Seismitoad works out for us. If it does, that's going to give us a huge relief very early on. It also works for if he has a Heliolisk out and he wants to go for Grass Knot, I won't get KO'd by it. I do not get O-Code by Grass Knot from Heliolisk. I can knock it out with an Earthquake. So it's also there for the Heliolisk. So it's there to counter two different Mons. Two different Mons are actually huge threats to my team. Especially Heliolisk in the Sun, that can do a lot of damage to me as well. So, that's the plan this week, guys. Weaken his team, knock out a couple big threats, let Scolipede sweep. Hopefully that works out. I'm so hoping that works out. We need to win this week. We need to get over 500. We're at 2-2. I want to be 3-2. I want to be 3-2 so badly. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like down below. And leave a comment down below if you want as well. Tell me how you think we're going to do, and if you have any suggestions for future weeks, or if you have any suggestions of what I should have put in this team instead. Give me some feedback. I'm always wanting more feedback. It really helps me out since I'm still new to this whole thing. But I've been rambling on too long. I'm gonna cut the video right here, guys. My name's Shoquafina, and I'm out.